What is good, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back. It is time for transfer talk, and we're going live again. Second day in a row. Yesterday's, I gotta say, was so enjoyable considering the news. I really had a good time with that stream, and you guys in the chat and in the comments afterwards really made it worthwhile. It was a real interesting conversation in terms of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who we'll touch upon in this video as well. But yeah, man, listen, just with the news that it was, I mean, me maybe 2-3 years ago wouldn't have handled it so well. I just think where I'm in life now, it's just like whatever happens, happens, in it. But yeah, yeah, JTEX, hit it early, let's go. You know me. It's either going to be on time or earlier, okay? Unless there's like an absolute disaster, which there always could be with the people in the house. But yeah, we're good. What's going on, Ash? Hope you are. Hope you're good too, man. Russ in the house as well. Cook here saying, I'm worried, KG, we need better up front or otherwise we're screwed. We're going to get into that in this one. Listen, people, we got some stuff to cover. I've got a lot of tabs open for today's show, so we're going to get through some stuff today. Even in my description, I couldn't put it all in. Otherwise, I'd be writing a novel. So it's one of those. Afternoon, everybody, man. What is good? Annabelle in the house. Managed to catch you live. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. And yes, we are live and direct, people, because we have some stuff to talk about. And I know lately, as I've said, and look, I've mentioned today, and I've led with the love. It's been very good in the comments yesterday overall. But you'll always get those people that if you say anything against Leeds United or what they're planning to do, they'll give you stick. I'm good with that. I mean, we could literally sign like a one-legged midget and they'd say, I can see what the club's doing. You know, there's always going to be those people, but I'm here to talk to you, my people in the community. So let's go. Let's go, people. Wilf in the house saying, catching you live 2 days in a row. Had a good laugh yesterday. You're so funny. It was great, man. It's honestly the difference between a couple of years ago to now. Maybe it's not good for YouTube because people usually like it when you lose your head and everything else like that. And listen, maybe I will when we lose games this season. I'll always be disappointed when we lose. But yeah, I'm just in a different headspace now. Just in a different headspace, so it's all good. But yeah, I've got a poll in the chat as well, in the live chat, just asking about Okafor for a permanent deal or Solomon on loan. And we're going to get into that in this video, and we'll go with Okafor right now, people. So Baron Cross put this out earlier today, and there was whispers of Okafor yesterday, in all fairness. But Leeds United are showing interest in AC Milan forward Noah Okafor. Played against them in Dublin on Saturday, which is where a lot of people are basing their opinion on. We'll speak about that as well. James Justin, also an option the club is keen on as the versatile fullback day one, and we'll talk about him in a bit. Tremendous callback, 38-year-old. Tremendous. But listen, Noah Okafor, I should say. Oh, and by the way, AC Milan have just rejected a bid from Bologna for 50 million euros. They're looking for around 20 million euros, which is why I've put in the chat 17.2 million pounds, because that was what it converts to. But yeah, big interest, of course. We got another one, Luke, though. Stay where you are. There's another one coming. Don't worry about that. But yeah, Noah Okafor, for me, it's kind of going the way that this window's going, isn't it? It's one of those where he showed great potential at Salzburg, and you know, football manager players will know this as well. He was like a real hyped wonder kid, much like Mecha, you know, but hasn't fully fulfilled his potential yet. There's still ways to go with him. I do believe that there's something in there with the player. Very good dribbler with the ball, very quick. But yeah, overall, for me, over the last couple of years, he's kind of fallen off a cliff, in all honesty. And I looked at his numbers for last year. Like I say, there's a lot of stuff open here, people. But he was at Milan. He had 11 matches, 1 goal, and even in the Champions League, nothing, no goals. Europa League, oh, sorry, that was 23-24. But listen, also as well with Napoli, he went on loan for a little bit and he had 4 matches. So there really isn't a lot to look at for Okafor over the past year. And I had to just look a little bit deeper into the database. And then I see that he's had a little bit of a troubled year in terms of staying healthy, whether that be muscular problems, fever. Don't know what lumbago is, people. Don't know what that is. Calf muscle tear, muscular problems, muscle fatigue, you know, very common pattern. So we missed around 88 days overall, which is very in line of what we like at this football club in terms of recruitment, that fetish for half-injured players. We love that. So that's the reason why he's probably missed so much football over the past year. But yeah, it's one of those for me where he wouldn't be on my list. I'll be honest with you. But again, if the club are going to go down this path, we'll see about it when there's something more than just interest being shown. But yeah, it's one of those for me where it's like, all right, man. But there's still, when I look at the makeup of the team, does he outright start ahead of Nonto at this point? I wouldn't even put him ahead of Dan James at the moment. So it's just like one of those where I think it would just be of what we can possibly get at this point in time and go with it from there. Yeah, Coldplay fixture. Yeah, absolutely. Our physio department is going to be busy this year. Hey, we ain't even got to the best bit yet. No, yeah. I will try and fix UFC. So yeah, I mean, listen, if you guys would like him, that is cool. If you're judging it off the one performance against Leeds and a bit of preseason. I know he scored against Liverpool and everything else, but preseason is preseason. It's all different when you get to the meat and potatoes of the actual Premier League season. And can he adapt after such a tough time out in Italy to the Premier League? It's completely different. And we've seen it with people coming from Serie A before. Even the better players sometimes struggle to adapt. So yeah, I mean, listen, he'd be linking up again with Brendan Aronson. He's played with him before, so there'll be some familiarity with that. So I guess there's something there. So it probably won't take him as long to settle off the pitch, which is a plus. But yeah, what we're saying here, I prefer Okafor for his pace and agility, but we can't go for someone not broker. What? What does that mean? Okay. Ali's corrected it for someone not broken. Thank you, Ali. Thank you for that. Is it the lower back? Thank you. Oh, lower lumbar region, of course. Yeah, lumbar. Oh, yeah. Oh man, Michael, you gotta start with this. Don't make me bring them up again. This thing keeps on. This thing keeps on coming up, and I'm not going to repeat myself again. Newly promoted side, Sunderland have literally signed Granit Xhaka and made him captain. They've made the man captain. He's just come through the door because he's that important, that experienced, that good. They've made him the club captain with no issues as well. Previous captain said, cool. Don't give me a newly promoted side. Sunderland are newly promoted and they got promoted after us. They were literally 15 minutes away from being in the championship again. Please stop going with this. You guys could get away with this thing if Sunderland weren't doing what they were doing. If we had come up with, say, Burnley, Sheffield United, and Sheffield United do what they usually do in recruitment, which is not that good, you could probably get away with this. But Sunderland are being proof that with Habib Diarra, Xhaka, and all these other people that they've signed, this doesn't wash. Honestly, this doesn't wash. Ryan, only thing Okafor hasn't had on that list is amputation. So yeah, we'll move on to where shall we go next? Well, James Justin was mentioning that again. James Justin has had a checkered injury history. I've been through this on here before, so I won't go into it again. But in terms of him, he's been fit over the past couple of years in totality, and I do like him as both a left back and a right back. Even though he's a right footer playing on the left hand side, he shines on that. And there's a few players that can do that and make it look seamless. He is one of them. So I would not be against James Justin coming in as left back, right back competition / backup, if you will. But yeah, so I'm with that if we're getting James Justin. I know we missed the game yesterday, but yeah, I wouldn't be completely against James Justin coming to Leeds United. Yeah, and Wilf, yeah, I mean, I've said this as well. We need to be getting players who will be starters or we're going down. First 11 needs to be improved. And I fully agree, Wilf. But at this point, when you see with the way that we're going, I'm still going to mention a couple of players. Like I've still got, someone else to bring up late in the show. But it seems like it's just out of real hope now, real hope rather than thinking that it's a possibility just by the way with the names that we've been linked with, and we'll get into that a bit further now. So yeah, there's Noah Okafor. Can I cross him off now? Can I cross him off? Okay. By the way, people, just for laughs, just humor me here. There is a free transfer at right back who the club I think would be absolutely looking at and thinking, oh, he's perfect for us. Yeah, Tomiyasu. He's a free agent right now after having his contract cancelled / mutual terminated at Arsenal. Look at all those games missed, people. Look at all those days miss. Ooh, here we go. You know, I say this now. Imagine if we do actually sign Tomiyasu at the end of the window. But listen, it looks perfect for what we seem to go for. So yeah, Tomiyasu free, lovely price. Injury. I mean, he was literally, when I say Tomiyasu is injured all the time, that's not me being extra or anything like that. The guy literally cannot stay fit, which is why he's had his contract cancelled at Arsenal. Really. Here we are. Scargill. To be honest, Tomiyasu is a great right back when fit. He actually is Scargill, but the problem is he's never fit. But anyway, that was just for jokes, people. Don't take it serious. So listen, we got Manor Solomon. We knew yesterday when we said on the stream that Premier League clubs and other clubs are looking into him, that Leeds United will surely be one of them, right? It just kind of makes sense, doesn't it? With how our window's gone, Solomon now being really pushed down the pecking order at Spurs to where I don't even think he's going to probably get a game this year. He's going to probably be used the way that I want us to use Sam Byram, which is not a lot. Dom Smith here. Manor Solomon could leave Spurs either on loan or permanently. Told his preference would be to rejoin Leeds, but I understand Leeds have had genuine interest in Noah Okafor. Genuine interest that could impact Solomon, who other clubs are also keen on. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this now. If you're giving me the choice, and I don't want it to influence you in the poll, if I'm going to go for one of the two options, if I had to, you know, someone's forcing me to make the choice, I'm going to go for Solomon on loan over Okafor on a permanent deal. Just on the basis that I've got more trust with Solomon. I know what he's going to be like at this level. He hasn't got a big sample size in the Premier League. That is true. But I still think overall, with the way that he would fit, I like it much better as a fit than the real risk of Okafor, who himself hasn't been fit. And we don't know what that translation is going to be like. Not saying he's going to be the same as Brendan Aronson. The two things don't always mean the same thing. But you've seen Aronson's adjustment from the Austrian league and then moving to another league, struggling. Okafor going to Milan, having a decent season for the first year, but then, you know, going out of favor and can't even stay fit. I would go for Solomon on loan if these are the only two choices. I would, honestly. So listen, I won't get it in the chat here. I've got it in the poll, and we'll get to that at the end. But yeah, Manor Solomon, it is on the table. And I think that was pretty obvious, wasn't it, people? Well, Popey here put this one out. Leeds United tracking. Here we go. See, I told you we get a new one. We got a new one, people. Tracking Panathinaikos forward, Fotis Ioannidis. What is that? Ioannidis. You know what the thing is, when I'm reading it, I can't read it, but I was saying it earlier today. Let me see. You know what? Fotis, man. We're gonna call him Fotis. You know what I mean? Tracking. Now, I don't know anything about him, people. Full disclosure, so I cannot give you a full breakdown of him. But I did ask my man that is out in Greece, who covers Greece football, who covers Cyprus football. And I asked him about him. I asked him very Loneliness. There we go. Yeah. We'll do that one. Hopefully we don't have to speak about him after today, though. And I asked him just straight up, quick thoughts on this guy. Seems very underwhelming for the Premier League, but give me some light, if any. And he says this: can't see him cut it in the Prem. He always needs half a yard to do something. Not convinced by his technical ability at a higher level. And he goes on to say, I don't even think the coach wants him. He's got the feeling the club president got a lot to do with it. And when you look at just the basic stuff, and that's all I can do, because like I say, I can't proclaim to have seen him. It's not a great record out in Greece. It really isn't. Let me get it up. I've got to cross some of these tabs, people. I'm absolutely getting lost in this. Hold on a minute. Okafor, we've done Solomon. Okay, here we go. Champions League, no goals last season, had a couple in 23-24. But this is the thing for me, the bread and butter, which is the league. Guys, what is this goal record out in Greece if you're a striker? And I've got to say, I looked at what they're allegedly going to be asking for, people. Check this out. Panathinaikos will not have talks for less than 25 to 30 million for this player. Huh? For this? Is that what we're doing? No, not for me, people. And listen, I get it. He's got the profile. I get he's got the stature, the hold-up play. But for 25 to 30 million, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, hey, listen, we're past the pronunciation. It's hot as well, man. Trust me, I'm warm. So roll with it, yeah. Roll with it like Oasis. But people, surely this cannot be it for 25 to 30 million. I'd be very disappointed with this for sure. You know, it's one thing taking in free agent and taking a risk, but someone from a Greek league who's putting up these kind of numbers as a center forward, that's worrying, man. That is worrying. But yeah, we'll see if anything else comes of this. But I gotta say, severely underwhelming, and especially for this kind of price. For this kind of price, we could have got Franjo Ivanovic. We could have got him. You could have got a host of other strikers around Europe who have got a way higher ceiling than what this guy has. And he's not even, it's not even like he's like young. He's in his mid-20s. Let me just check. Yeah, he's 25, man. So he's not even like a kid with that kind of record and started young. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with this one. Not gonna lie. Does anyone else like him? No. Andrew here, yeah. Other teams can see us coming now. We are desperate FC. Did you guys see the Premier League put out their what they think our starting 11 will be? It won't be because they didn't put Stack in the midfield. But boy, it looks so plain. They had Ampadu, Longstaff in as the 2 in midfield, and then James Aronson, and Harrison as the 3 attackers with Peru up front. Wow. Woo-hoo. Lord have mercy. That Lewis saying here the names on the list after Muniz is mental. Yeah, and this is the thing I've just tried to keep up and just try and just maintain. If you're not going to get your first choices, you can't have it then drop off a cliff and it just go to the bottom of the barrel. You've got to then look at your second, third choices. And again, I'm going to use them again, like Sunderland as the perfect example. They did the same. You know, if they didn't get one player, they go, all right, who's next? I didn't see him rolling all the way down to some injury-prone players or going to the championship and saying, yeah, let's just get this guy because we couldn't get our first choice. But yeah, man, it's mad. It's mad. Bobby here saying he'd rather start Metro against Everton. Well, listen, we'll get into that on the preview because obviously now we're coming up to the start of the season, and tomorrow I'm going to do the predictions video. Don't know if I'm going to do that recorded or live. We'll see. Just look out for it if it is recorded, and then we'll revisit it come the end of the window because, like I say, and I'm going to include DCL in the signings for that one. But things could change from that video to the end of the window. But I want to do it before Liverpool kickoff, just so that, you know, there's no, if Liverpool lose and I don't put them as winners, people saying, oh, you're only doing that because Bournemouth beat them. I want to avoid all that. So we'll do that. I hope the club proved me wrong. Darren here saying, I hope the club proved me wrong, but I find it hard to believe they will sign a 4 striker. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Darren, especially for this kind of price as well, if they're even willing to go for this. But it would obviously mean, though, that someone is either going to leave, like a Peru possibly leaving, or they're going to be moved back or out to the wing. Is Metra then going to go to the wing if necessary? Is Peru going to drop back into the 10? Either way, those kind of options aren't ideal, but if you're going to get in another forward, but it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, man. Very interested. Oh, by the way, Bakwa is, I think he's Forest bound. So, yeah, he's going to be off the list. I think they're going to sign him. Oh, we're going to get into Forest a bit later, actually, because they're going to probably help us out. Now, free transfers, you know, a lot of the comments in regards to DCL yesterday was it's free. Wages might be high, but there's not much of a risk. But you know, that's just on the floor talk, man. Like, raise the standards a bit. Listen, DCL could work out, and I really hope it does, obviously, because if he signs for Leeds, I'm gonna want him to do well. Of course I am. But these are the kind of free transfers I want to talk about. Now, if Al Hilal do pay the 25 million termination fee to terminate Mitrovic's contract, that's the free sign I can get behind. Not every free signing is going to be a slam dunk. We've got Metro, possibly DCL. Mbappe was free. You know, he was free to Real Madrid, you know, barring some very big fees behind the scenes. But when it goes down on paper, he was a free transfer. Not all frees are bad, but this is the kind of free signing I could get behind. But I just don't see it happening, people. I don't see it. I don't see it happening. But if you're going to go in for a striker, forget the Greek guy. Give me Mitrovic, man. Give the team Mitrovic. The team needs a Mitrovic, man. It needs something with a focal point, and that can get you out of a tight game with a goal in a clutch scenario. this is the guy. It's all well and good having you hold up play guys and everything else like that. That means you are relying on Nonto James. Who else have we got? Nonto James, Ramazani when he plays. Who else have we got at this point in time? Jack Harrison at this time. Got to include him in there. You're relying on them to get you at least what, 5-6 goals apiece? At the very least. And I'm being, I'm talking minimalist here. They've got to get at least that. So why not go get yourself a striker that can hold the ball up like a Mitrović, but also tuck it away? Yeah, it's going to cost you a bit more money, but that's what you pay for, people. That is what you pay for. Tremendous. DCL is our Stardust signing of the window. Well, look, just quickly as well, because there was a bit of false information. And Keith Downey, by the way, he must have a Sunderland insider, because everything this guy's put, and I mean everything, he gets it on. He gets it spot on. I will never stop, Ash. I will never stop until it's done. I will never stop. You've got to try and keep the standards high in some areas, man. You've got to. And we was all convinced, weren't we, that we're signing these cheaper players here and there, free transfer here and there. That must mean we're going to go all big on a striker or forward, and hasn't materialized yet. But Sky Sport, Keith Downey here from Sky Sports saying, yes, Sunderland were interested in signing Dominic Calvert-Lewin earlier in the window, but I'm told no contract offer was made to the player. Now, listen, again, like when we've seen it from the Leeds side, that could be Sunderland just, putting out a PRP saying, yeah, we were interested, but we didn't really try and sign him. But I just don't see with what they've signed so far how Calvert-Lewin would fit in. But yeah, they're saying that they didn't offer him a contract. Whether you believe it or not, that is cool. But it's not a straight case of he turned down Sunderland. Apparently, it didn't go past the conversation stage. And just a bit more on Calvert-Lewin. LUFC Data has been putting out numbers in regards to him. This is his conversion rate in the Premier League. Of his what was it? Of his, how many goals has he scored? 57. He hasn't scored that many, people. He hasn't scored that many, but this is his conversion rate. Because a lot of the things, again, when watching Premier League football last season, he was trying his best to stay fit, and I can see he's doing all the work to try and stay fit, and that is good. But sometimes the body will just break down when it's built like the way Calvert-Lewin is at this stage of his life and career. But this conversion rate is honking, by the way, like 6% is nuts. But listen, I really do want it to work, and I know videos are going around of him talking about his mental health and everything else like that. What I would say on that is that, cool, get your mental right and everything else like that, and hopefully he's in a better space now than he was when he was talking then, and he's worked on himself. But all I'll say is that be ready for the fire if you don't work out here, because you're not going to Brentford, you're not going to one of these clubs where there's like, maybe 10 passionate fans. You're talking about a club what usually is quite demanding. I say usually, overall. So he's got to be ready that if it doesn't work out, especially on the wages that he's going to be on, he's going to get some stick. Now, hopefully it doesn't go stupid like death threats and all that kind of crap. Cut that out. But you will get criticized if it's not going well. So hopefully he's ready for that if it doesn't go well. Man said someone told Bamford we're sorry. Yeah, he runs about a lot. Yeah. What are we saying here? Ed here, 6% better off KG going up front. That's tremendous. That's a tremendous. Rod, you are one that likes to leave a lot of comments as you're watching the video. I like that, Rod. Shout out to you. He was in a team that was low scoring. He was in a low scoring team that struggled. That is a very interesting point, Rod, because at some point this year, let's go on that basis. He had, what was it, last 2 years? He had Jack Harrison there, didn't he? At some point, Jack Harrison could be the one supplying him again. So you kind of got half of the problem. Now, the other side was probably Dwight McNeil. We've got Dan James, who, for me, he does deliver some decent crosses, but we know DJ can overhit them at times as well. So we've got half of his problem at this football club in that sense. When people say stuff like this, it's not like he's coming into a completely different kind of environment. He's got Jack Harrison there who was supplying some crosses for Everton. So it's an interesting one, isn't it? Other than that, other than the age, what's the difference between DCL and Bamford? All right. Not much, man. Not much. Ryan here, do you know when he has to be signed by to be eligible for the Everton game? If we play Monday, it will have to be, because I know Jacob Ramsey is signing for Newcastle today, and he won't make the Villa game, so he's going to be playing against Liverpool. It's got to be maybe Saturday night. I'm just guessing here, Ryan. I don't know for sure. I'm thinking it's got to be Saturday night. So if he's signed by then he should be eligible to play. But again, how fit is he? Milky saying tomorrow lunchtime. Okay, fairs. But yeah, it's one of those. But how fit is he though? You know, I know he's probably kept himself fit, but is he Monday night ready to play any part in that game at this point in time? You know, time will tell. We will see, won't we? We will see. Yes, Zaya here. I'm going to go with Zaya. I hope that's right. I feel like he's too similar to Mecha. Don't understand the need for both of them. That's it. You know, if you're getting one of the two, it was like with the Iranian striker we were linked with, Mehdi. I think that's his name, right? Taremi. Yeah, Taremi. If you're getting that one in the Mecha spot, I can understand it. I can definitely understand that. But to get Mecha in the door and then try and add a Taremi and then add a DCL, yeah, it's puzzling for me, man. Yeah, DCL 90 plus 6 winner. I hope so, man. I hope so, man. But yeah, so there's Calvert-Lewin. Let's go on to a couple of targets that probably won't be coming to Leeds United. And if you haven't already, people, please hit a like on the video. It's free, which is everyone's favorite price. And it helps out the channel immensely. Let me just click off some of these tabs. Well, Nico Gonzalez from Everton, we were linked with him very recently. Well, Atletico Madrid, according to Fabrizio Romano of open discussions over a potential deal, and it could be permanent move. Initial talks ongoing. So again, Nico Gonzalez was someone that I was definitely in for. I loved the way that he played at Fiorentina and Stuttgart previously. As with a few players at Juventus, doesn't always work out for you there, but he would have been a lovely addition, a really, really lovely addition. But it seems that that one is possibly going away. So we're just giving you an update on that. Nico Gonzalez probably not coming to Leeds United. Bobby here, but we already inquired about him. Surely he's asked. That's tremendous, Bobby. That's tremendous. Yeah, he was at the Inquiry FC. Yeah, he was at the Inquiry FC. That's true. What else have we got? Rival Watch. Let's go with Rival Watch just briefly. Sunderland do have a nice sorry, not Sunderland, got them on my mind. Forest moving closer to sign Rennes striker Arnold Calimundo. Total package worth up to £26 million, which is around 30 million euros. Still some work to do, but appears positive. Forest also hoping to complete McAtee. Yeah, the main point of this one is not the Forest part, it's the Brentford part. In that Brentford looked like they were locked in to sign Calimundo. Now that's not happening. For me, that keeps Brentford down in the conversation of relegation battlers for me at this stage. We don't know, of course, we don't know how everything's going to play out, just going by the feeling and the makeup of their current squad right now. Visser is already announced to not be playing in the first game of the weekend because he's looking for that move to Newcastle. He is not going to be available. So you can see where it is with Brentford. They're in a place of flux, both with the manager and the playing personnel. And now Callum Wendo, who would have 100% been their number one target, is going to Forest. So that is great news for us. I wish he was coming to us, but no, he wasn't interested in us, wasn't he? He wasn't interested in us. Terry here saying here, the window was spot on until Pashao, then things started to get pathetic. Well, okay, let me. I still think that we built out wrong, and again we'll go into this when we get to the end of the window. I still think that we should have gone for the key players first, and then got the squad fillers in afterwards, because those squad fillers for me would still be at their clubs right now. Metch will be on a free; he'd probably still be available too. But I think we built out incorrectly. I do. So I like how we built in terms of being hard to beat. I do think we're going to be hard to beat this season. But I think we should have got the key players in first, because key players coming in first means other key signings will follow. It's just simple player maths. Players have told me this. This isn't an opinion of mine. This is from players themselves, Premier League players, Championship players, doesn't matter. They say if you see players signed for the football club that are quality, you want to be a part of it and you want to be involved in that competition. So, yeah, that's just me. Yeah, should have gone big first. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, we have not spoke on El Khannouss yet, and we are going there right now because his contract release clause expires tomorrow, people. So with Newcastle now signing Jacob Ramsey from Villa, Tottenham going in for Eze, I should say. Surely there's no one in the Premier League that will go in for him now. Maybe there will be a team abroad. Maybe Leipzig will be involved. Now, I think for foreign clubs, by the way, I think it's 24.5 million for British teams, but it's 29 million for foreign clubs. Don't quote me on that, but I think I've read that. I think I've read that somewhere. But tomorrow, regardless, is the last day of Bilal El Khannouss's clause to be active. After that, Leicester City will be able to demand what they want. So if Leeds United or any other club are very serious about this player, tomorrow is the deadline. So if you want to go get him, go and get him. All right. Mark, yeah, you're right. I'm telling you, man, it's warm. But I'm doing my best here. But you're absolutely right, Mark. If Eze does leave us for Spurs, 100% Palace will go for El Khannouss. Yeah, it's simple maths, isn't it? Of course. Bobby says we'll try and get him on a free. Tremendous. Nick here saying West Ham are also interested. Yeah, they are interested. I don't know how serious that is though, because when we were linked with him, West Ham were also there. Haven't seen any updates. But then again, we've seen in the window that you don't get many updates, and then all of a sudden, this club is buying this player. Look, much like Callum Wendo with Forest. We thought he was going Brentford, then Forest had come out of nowhere. He's going to Forest. Things like that can change all the time, right? So yeah, El Khannouss, his thing is up tomorrow, and we'll find out if Leeds United have made a move. Now, I don't know if anyone saw his goal yesterday off the halfway line, from the halfway line, Gustavo Hamer. Just saying this out there, like El Khannouss, this is the kind of player that we are missing in the team, like big time. We've got a lot of hard workers, we've got a lot of grafters, got a lot of running around, but we've got no one that would have the initiative or take the initiative to shoot from the halfway line. Doesn't matter who the goalkeeper was, doesn't matter the setting. I'm talking about the cojones to even look at that shot and take it on, especially in this day. I've told you guys before, player that I speak to that told me that don't take certain shots because it's low XG. Said the game's gone, mate. I said the game is gone if you're tracking XG on a shot. That's why you don't see too many long shots now, people. Seriously, I wish I was lying to you, but it's a real thing. But Gustavo Hamer, in terms of creativity and everything else like that, and hard work which he puts in, yeah. If you can't get El Khannouss, get both. Yeah, let's be greedy, man. Get both. All right, get both. But yeah, Gustavo Hamer, I'm telling you, I know a lot of you guys don't like him, and I do think it's the Sheffield United thing. He is a Premier League player, man. He is a top level player. He should not be in the Championship. You see with his movement, much like El Khannouss, they are a level above with what they're playing with. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if anything happens. But yeah, just the audaciousness to take on that shot and it going the way it did, just lovely, man. But we are missing that slice of creativity, big time. What else have we got? What else do I have? Have I got anything else that is no, just a quick one. Just a quick. Oh, Jack, don't get Jack. You're trying to keep me here for another hour, aren't you? Don't get me started. It's true. Listen, coaches have said this. Coaches have said this. Robotic paint by numbers football. The game's gone. That's why Eze is such a hot commodity now. And Eze, listen, I like Eze a lot. Let me say this. You guys know, if you've been here from the start of the channel, you know I knew that he was going to stay in London when he was moving from QPR. It's one of those kind of things. But he looks like a maverick compared to everyone else, just from the way that he plays. It's insane how robotic the game has gone. And I've said it before, it's on coaches, it's on players, but it's on fans as well. I put it on the fans that moan whenever a player tries to attack and loses the ball, but applaud a back pass when the defender gets it back to the goalkeeper. It's on the fans as well. Everything is risk-averse football these days. Don't get me started, man. Do not get me started. Because you know me, I'll just carry on, man. And we'll be here for 2 hours. And we don't want that, do we? We don't want that. Darren here saying Eze and Elise came from the Championship. Yep, Darren, there's always exceptions to the rules, and they were quite obviously just too good. I mean, Elise said it himself when he was at Reading. He said, yeah, I ain't staying at Reading. I'm going to be in the Premier League next year, in that league message. If you know, you know. But there's always exceptions to the rules. Ivan Toney, even when Tony was in League One, Dele Alli in League One, Jack Grealish, when I saw him go out on loan to Notts County, there's just certain players you can see. There can be players in League One that will score 20 goals per year, but you know if they make the step up, it's curtains for them. There's certain players though where you can see they've got the it factor, and you should jump all over it while they're cheap. But yeah, Let's have a look. We'll get into the Everton game in the preview, and I will go live for the preview, man. It's only right. It's the first game of the season. We'll go live with that and give our score predictions and everything. But yeah, just a little note from me. Just a little note from me. I think I know where our black away kit went when it came to Adidas. Now, obviously, we weren't going to get this logo because we're not one of the elite clubs, as they say. I think this is where it went. I think it went to Man United. And then when you look at Fulham's as well, look at that nice, black and gold, just simple black kit. I think that's where they went, people. I think that's what happened. I think that's what happened because I don't know what happened. I saw the leak of ours and I thought, oh, that looks beautiful, man. That looks lovely. I could get, like I say, the new kit we've got, the third one, could look better in person for sure. But I think this is where it went. I think it went to Fulham and Man United, man. But yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good, man. It's all, if we don't laugh, people, if we don't laugh. And listen, I hope everyone that gets it enjoys it, man. Absolutely. I don't know, Bobby. I don't know. I don't know what the scarf. I think it's just the fan thing of we are Leeds, man, and everything else like that. But yeah, we're coming to the end. I'm going to do the poll in just a minute. Let me just check Fabrizio and see if there's anything else at this point. I would think that DCL is going to sign imminently, so we'll probably get that today, maybe tomorrow, and we'll see. Jadon Sancho has opened the doors to Roma, 20 million. Oh, that's not bad. Jed Spence signs a new deal at Tottenham. Did you see Jed Spence just balling out against PSG yesterday? Look really good. I say nothing. But yeah, no, I think that's it, people. I think that is it. Let me end the poll. I haven't forgotten. See, I'm getting better with this. I'm getting better with this. Right. Okay, where's it gone? Here we are. Which one would you choose? Okafor on a 17.2 million permanent deal, 65%. Solomon on loan, 34%. Oh wow. I'm surprised. I thought with the previous affiliation with Solomon that he would have been more familiar for people. Maybe the performance against Leeds in Dublin and against Schmidt convinced people. But yeah, fair enough, man. Fair enough, man. It's all opinions. And listen, put yours in the comments after. But as I always say, people, be sensible. I've had to hide a few people, and there was some with some really long history of comments with me, but I don't tolerate disrespect. Like, I'm not here to be put down or spoken to in any way. Treat everyone fairly and with respect, and that's what I try and do. But if you talk to me badly, I will tell you something about yourself and then remove you. That's how it is. But yeah, listen, people, I hope you've enjoyed the stream, man. It's been a good one again. Please like it before you go. Best way to help out the channel, free to do. Big up to all members of the channel. I know a few of you have rejoined. Thank you. New members, you are welcome. Please join in the link in the description. Helps me out, helps out the channel as well. Guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace out.